What's up, y'all? It's Will here at Schedulefly. I so thoroughly enjoyed speaking with Kevin Ryan this morning. Kevin is the owner of Service Brewing in Savannah, Georgia. Service being related to service to our country. He's a veteran. Went to went to West Point. Spent 8 years in the Army. He's got a couple dozen investors, most of whom are veterans. The design and branding around Service Brewing is all around. It's a veteran-owned business and honoring all the veterans that have served our country. So this was a really cool conversation. I didn't serve. My grandfather did. My father did. I have the utmost respect for anybody that's put their life, any man or woman that's put their life on the line for our country. And so that alone was a reason enough to speak to Kevin. And of course, he's really built a great business in Savannah. They started in 2014, and so we had a chance to kind of talk about his story and his path and where they are now, and really just can't wait to go down there. To be honest, I think unless Kevin needs something Schedulefly related, of course, I hope the next time I speak with him is in person at his brewery, sooner rather than later. But anyway, enjoy this, and thanks for listening. Thanks for staying tuned in. More of these interviews coming soon. People are starting to get kind of back into some sort of routine and rhythm. So I'm going to start following up on trying to get some of these scheduled here over the next few weeks and months over the summer. Y'all take care, and more coming soon. See ya.
Like any good hospitality owner, man, you're doing 1,000 things at once. Always.
I got to.
I hear you. So you're
So
there.
what's going on?
You're there at the brewery?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, man.
Every day.
Every day. Well, look, man, I appreciate you taking the time to do this. I read your story, and as I said in the email I sent you, man, I just tip my hat for what you've done. It's a cool business. Your story is fantastic. Thank you for serving our country. Thank you for honoring those that serve our country. Really just what a unique business you've built with that sort of being the underpinnings of that, man. So well done.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you went to West Point.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up in Maryland, and parents tried to get me to go to, at least my mom tried to get me to go to Naval Academy. And I was always saying, absolutely not, never going to happen, not going to a service academy. And then started looking for colleges, and really wanted an engineering degree. And then Desert Storm kicked in right about the time that I was looking, and that just drove me to do the West Point option.
Okay. And then, so you served you were in the Army. How long were you in the Army?
Yeah, 8 years, 96, graduated 96, and then left the Army the end of 2004.
Okay. And you started Service Brewing in 2014?
We sold our first beer in 14, yeah. So got that home brewing kit for Valentine's Day in 2012. Started planning in September of 2012. Got our building in 13 and sold our first beer in 14.
What were you doing in between the Army and that?
So I did a very short stint with Booz Allen up in Michigan, kind of that first contractor job getting out of the Army. Then my father asked me to come help him with his business. But I'd already sent 3 of my buddies to go work for him, so couldn't really say no to Dad. And the job that I was doing in Michigan wasn't fulfilling in the least. So picked up, moved to New York, and did healthcare management. I was the CIO of a healthcare management company. It was very tech forward. So didn't know things about technology, didn't know stuff about healthcare, but just took the leadership training, the military training, get everybody around the table, laid out the priorities and the tasks and the calendar, and made sure everybody was doing what they needed to be doing. But that company moved down to Bluffton, South Carolina. So this brought me to Savannah in late 2007. And my father passed away suddenly in 2011. And that was kind of let me sit down and really look at my priorities and what my passions are and figure out, what I want to do the rest of my life.
Gotcha. Okay. So y'all are in Savannah.
Yep.
In what appears to be, I guess, somewhere near downtown, old historic building.
Yeah. So we're just west of Martin Luther King on River Street. So if you get down to Savannah, Martin Luther King runs due north into Savannah River. And right before you drop down the hill to go down to the river, there's a street called Indian Street where you can take a left. And we're at the end of that block. Since we got this building in 2013, we now have a distillery across the street that's about 4 years old or just turned 4 years old. We've got 3 more Savannah College of Art and Design buildings, and then 2 7-story apartment buildings built right next door to the tap room, which is real nice. So an area where there wasn't really a reason to go for a long time is now really picked up. Kessler redid the old power plant that was on the river and made a gigantic entertainment complex called the Plant Riverside District. It's a JW Marriott hotel. It's got like 3 hotels, 19 outlets. They're finishing up their parking garage. It's going to have a rooftop pool and amphitheater and private event venue. So the west side of the downtown area has really picked up. Our building, we got for a song. A bunch of people were looking at this building, wanted to tear it down and build hotels. We came in, said we wanted to restore it. So we got the deal and we leased half of it out until we need it. It's 60,000 square feet total. We're using about 28,000 of it now. And so we can continue to grow into the space over time, should the market and the consumers allow it.
Nice. I'm sure you will, man. And you've got a group of investors that are mostly veterans as well.
Yeah. So 20 out of 24 veterans, Army, Navy, Marines. Most of them are people that I served with or went to school with in the military. A couple folks from my healthcare management days.
Okay, gotcha. Do you? So I'm always curious about having investors. As I'm assuming you have a group of investors that has a long vision for the business. And
well, choosing investors is a matter of how much you want investors to be involved. I've got 24 investors. Most of them are just happy to say, be able to tell their friends that they own a brewery.
Yeah.
And they look for an annual email from me every year to tell them how things are going, or they come by and see how things are going. Yeah. My investors are spread out all over the country. Texas to Arizona to California to almost every end of the continental United States for sure. I now have one investor who's the second largest investor, who's checks in regularly. He's a financial advisor. He's the guy who wants to know, what are the numbers, where are we going? But most of my investors are pretty silent and just cheering us on. Now you can definitely go out there and choose investors that are strategic investors that are going to be partners in the business. But I focus that type of effort on my board, where I've found a successful brewer, somebody else that's in the business, and a financial advisor to be my board members.
Gotcha. Well, so how is everything going with business in general, and also with finding people to work right now? That seems to be such a challenge for so many folks these days.
Yeah. So as far as the business goes, I mean, the tap room, we closed for a short minute in the biggest months of the year for us last year. So March, April, May, June, those are the strongest sales months in Savannah, and we lost every single one of those months. So, but coming out of that, we reopened the tap room in July with limited seating. Everybody was spread out. I, had a great benefit to have a 4,000 square foot tap room and a lot of seating outside where people could come and enjoy themselves and feel comfortable and safe. So our numbers in the tap room second half of 2020 were better than they were same time 2019 because people wanted to go somewhere and do something where they felt comfortable, and we had a ton of space, big wide open space.
Yeah.
And then for 2021 so far, everybody's back. All the spring break people wanted to go somewhere. They knew that Savannah was a great place to go visit. Georgia was wide open. So we had a record month in April, and then May beat that from the tap room. Now that distribution hasn't recovered fully, but certainly in our tap room where we make the most, pennies on the dollar, that, April was a record and May was a record above that. Hiring people has been okay. I don't have to staff 200 employees. I don't have to staff some of the less sought after positions where people can come and go on any given day. I don't need a dishwasher. I don't need a facilities person. I don't need a hostess. I've got, my jobs are bartenders. So
Yeah.
It's pretty simple for me to find individuals who want to work 20 hours a week as a bartender.
Yeah. Okay.
The tips are nice. They make a good bit of money. They've got time to do all the other things that they want to do. Starting to talk to them about working on Saturdays and Sundays. They're not as interested in giving up both Saturday and Sunday, but we're working on that part.
All
So
right.
I'm actually staffing up right now to add Sundays to our hours.
Okay. You're not open on Sundays now, or you're going to extend your hours?
We are not. So we've never, we started off in Georgia with only being able to give away 32 ounces of beer. So we were open 2 hours a day, 2 days a week. And then slowly the laws have been progressing and getting better and better. So we've been opening up more, but with the revenue and the number of people coming in on Wednesday through Saturday, and the number of people we see around town on Sundays, makes sense for us to open up on that Sunday afternoon, do a 12:30 to 5:30 type of easygoing Sunday where people are out for their bike ride or waiting to get out of town if they're visiting.
Yeah.
I'll give them an opportunity to come by.
How much of your business is distribution?
Mostly distribution. Yeah, it's about now beginning of this year, it's been about 50-50 tap room distribution, but we should be getting back to 70-30 as more and more people open up. But again, that staffing issue is a part of it as well. I know a lot of businesses in town who are operating limited hours. And we distribute in South and North Carolina as well. So, the Hilton Head market should be booming right now, but Hilton Head can't find people to staff their restaurants and bars. So a lot of them are closing very early. So those distribution numbers may take longer to get back based on that staffing issue.
Yeah, restaurants close early, less beer. So, okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Where in North Carolina?
Anywhere, mostly Charlotte and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Wilmington.
Okay. Well, I'm in Waxhaw, so I'm just south of Charlotte. Um,
Nice.
I got to send you
I
maybe.
noticed the T-shirt.
Oh yeah. So I'd love to go somewhere and have some of your beer, man. If you'd let me know where I can,
Yeah.
where I can find it around here. A couple of
Yeah,
places
of
in
course.
Waxhaw might have it. Waxhaw Tap House is down there, but yeah.
Yeah, at Vintage is our distributor,
Okay.
um, and they do well in some places and do poorly in others. So it's a matter of sometimes the customer is the best salesperson. But yeah, I'll send you. We've done some stuff at Bottles and um, some other places downtown. So what do you think about the unknown ginger ale announcement?
Tell me about it. I don't know about it. What's going on? I
So
mean, I know about unknown.
unknown, yeah, unknown brewing. I guess they were running 5 kind of businesses at the same time with a food truck, brewery, a ginger ale, um, and some other things. And they made an announcement that by the end of the year they're going to shut down or pass on their brewing and food operations and focus solely on the ginger ale.
Really? They're doing that well with the ginger ale?
I guess their ginger ale has been, you make a non-alcoholic beverage,
Yeah.
mass distribution all over the world and country it's made it a lot easier.
Yeah, I guess so.
Somebody wants a 6-pack of ginger ale in Arizona, you can send them a package of ginger ale in Arizona.
Boy, that's one heck of a expanding your footprint like that. They must have some serious marketing muscle, I would imagine. Seems risky. I don't know. The hedge of having multiple businesses like that in case, who knows, but I did not know about that.
It was very surprising. And I'm sure someone saw it coming, but the brewing community certainly did not.
Yeah, man. Well, are there other breweries? I imagine there must be. I mean, I don't know of any that have a model like yours, which is really veteran focused.
There's actually quite a few. We're spread out all over the place. We just did a collaboration with the Estuary Beans and Barley in Johns Island, South Carolina. They are veteran owned, but they don't have a veteran theme.
Yeah.
There's Hells and Blazes in Florida. There's Backward Flag in Jersey. We got multiple breweries in Colorado Springs with Red Flag.
Okay.
So there's some that are more obvious and have a military theme to them, and then there's a bunch that are veteran owned and operated, but not necessarily themed.
Okay.
So we get together with a bunch of them every year. We keep trying to find more and more, but we get together with a bunch of them every year. Yakima Chief Hops pulls us all together, and we do a veteran hop selection. And so we create a blend of hops, and then the sale of that blend benefits a different charity each year.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask because you mentioned, I was reading, on your story about raising tens of thousands of dollars for organizations every year for charity. What are some of the ones y'all support?
So we've supported. I've got a list of it's got to be 50 now, but our focus is generally every quarter we choose a new charity and we donate a portion of every pint we sell in the tap room to that charity. So the busier the tap room gets, the more money that charity gets. Right now we're supporting Folds of Honor, based out of Oklahoma. They take charity donations to put children of fallen soldiers and through college, to give them scholarships to get to go through school. Prior to that, we're Folds of Honor. Yeah, so the folded flag is their logo. And then it's interesting, they get a lot of support from another charity that we're familiar with, which is the Johnny Mack Foundation. The Johnny Mack Foundation has a lot. Is one of those charities that knows all the people that are going to donate to a charity. I'll have a big event in Atlanta or Houston and raise over $1 million. that night.
Johnny Mack.
Yeah.
Who is Johnny Mack? That name rings a bell.
So Johnny Mack there was a bunch of guys from class of '86, guys and girls from class of '86, and Johnny Mack was a colonel in Iraq, was killed while serving over there,
Okay.
and so they all got together and started the charity in his honor to put kids through school, so take care of his family. And then just, kind of grows into taking care of the next family and next family. So Johnny Mack actually, based on the amount of money they raise, they pass a good bit of that charity to Folds of Honor. So Folds of Honor has someone that they can qualifies for a scholarship, and Johnny Mack's got money. Johnny Mack will send the charity to Folds of Honor so they can put somebody through college. But prior to Folds of Honor, we just started supporting them on Flag Day, basically. Folds of Honor, and then Minority Veterans of America prior to that. They were based out of Seattle, Washington area, supporting minorities of all walks of life that are in the military, and basically gender, race, whatever makes you a minority group in the military, makes it harder in the military. So they're a big support group for and after service. We actually, one of the things we talk about is that we put, we look at charities that are lesser known in general, because they're spending all their donations on the individual receiving the benefit versus marketing and selling themselves, and having a celebrity talk about them on TV. So we bring them to their mission to the forefront for a lot of people to see. So with like Minority Veterans of America, you're not going to see them on TV. You're not going to see advertisements for Minority Veterans of America, but through our advertisement and discussion here in the tap room, one of our customers convinced his company, which is builds jet engines for the military, to donate $20,000 to Minority Veterans of America, which opened up a branch for them in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So, we may not be changing their lives by the donation that we give, but we're introducing them to a huge audience. And so, a story like that is just awesome to see, that somebody came into our brewery, had a great time, learned about this charity, talked to their company drops $20,000, and they have a new support branch in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Minority Veterans of America. Well, you're doing it here too. This is a point of leverage, so that's great. Do you have kids, you and your bride?
Nope. No, we have forever been engaged. We were boyfriend, girlfriend when she got the homebrew kit. Got engaged about 3 years ago. Got a new house about 3 years ago. So it's been house and business.
I got you.
And I don't think either of us really figured out how we want to get married yet, because we don't really want to have a whole big deal. But we do want to have something. So it's gonna be one of those things where we have a little ceremony somewhere, and then everybody gets to come to the tap room for a party.
That sounds fun, man. Well, from what I can see in pictures and stuff I looked at online, she's done a wonderful job with your branding and design and everything there at the brewery. And
everything that's cool about this place is because of her. The tap room design, the branding design, the social media every day. I get in trouble if I make a comment on social media, because she's made that her brand, and so if something off brand is said, people will wonder what she's going through. So I have to, which is fine. Staying away from social media is a pleasure.
Great. Well, good deal, man. Well, listen, I know you're busy. I'm going to let you go. I'm glad we got a chance to do this. I'm glad I got a chance to speak with you and get to know you, Kevin, and look you in the eye and tell you, man, thank you for serving, first of all, and thanks for building a cool business, man. We're so thankful to serve so many just small independent restaurants, breweries, or whatever. And I mean, there's just nothing better than getting to know y'all. And I'm going to send you a box of, I've got another order coming in of some schedule fly trucker hats and some tube socks for you and some of your crew, man. So keep an eye out for that. And if there's a way I can buy one of those shirts I see you have on there right now, I want to, because that thing looks freaking sweet. And I wear tons of, it's basically my whole wardrobe. I've either got a hat or a shirt on that's a customer brand like every day.
Good, nice. We'll send, put your return address on there, and we'll send some stuff back to you.
All right, man.
And then just come down through Charleston, grab some barbecue, and come on down to the brewery. We'll share a beer and some roasted turkey.
I'll tell you what, man. What I hope to do is, buddy of mine retired just a few months ago. He was a colonel in the Army and served for, I guess, 20 years, or so it was over 20 years. Anyway, we're supposed to be going to Orlando at some point to go on wild boar hunting. So
nice.
we drive when we do it. So when we do, we come down 95, slide over to Savannah for
9 miles.
Yeah,
9 miles from 95.
Count on it. I'm like legit. We'll definitely do that because I would really enjoy that. I know you would love to meet Roselle. I'm sure he would love to meet you too. So we'll make that happen, man. For sure.
Sounds good.
All right. Have a good one, man. Take care.
You too.
All right. See you.
See you.